In William Faulkner's novel As I Lay Dying, several perspectives are used to convey the idea that everyone has a unique interpretation of the same event, and those viewpoints come together to show contrast and truth. This book has chapters dedicated to a specific character to show their angle and perspective. We will look closer on how the innocent perspective of Vardaman, the outsider standpoint from Toll, and the all-knowing outlook from Darl are used by Faulkner to conclude that there is very little validity to the concept of truth, because one event can be interpreted in many different ways.
It's Jewel she wants.
Why, Addie, him and Darl went to make one more load. They thought there was time that would wait for them and that $3 and all.
You cash! You cash! Ma! Ma! Ma!
Darn those boys.
Jewel. Jewel.
She's gone.
She's taken and left us. I reckon you better get at it. You'll have to do the best you can with them boys gone off that way. If you get in it tight, maybe some of them will get here tomorrow and help you. Vernon could. There's enough Christians to help you. They'll help us in our sorrow. Dewey Dell, I reckon you better get supper on. We gotta keep our strength up. I reckon Dr. Peabody's right hungry coming all this way, and Cash will need to eat quick and get back to work so he can finish it in time.
She will go out where Peabody is, where she can stand in the twilight and look at his back with such an expression that, feeling her eyes and turning, he will say, I would not let it grieve me now. She was old and sick too, suffering more than we knew. She couldn't have gotten well. Vardaman's getting big now, and with you to take good care of them all, I would not try to let it grieve me. I expect you'd better go and get some supper ready. It don't have to be much, but they'll need to eat. And she looking at him saying,
God's will be done. Now I can get them teeth.
Jewel. She's dead, Jewel. Addie Bundren is dead. Throughout the course of the novel, Darl Bundren has the most chapters out of all the characters, and therefore his perspective is seen the most. The distinct difference between Darl's perspective and the perspectives of other members of the Bundren family is that Darl can see things that one shouldn't normally be able to see. He has knowledge of certain events and occurrences, and this perspective gives the audience vital plot points that are necessary to be known that wouldn't be known to the reader otherwise. It is because of this strange ability Darl harnesses that allows him to take through which the Bundren family story is told.
The novel is overall made up of the many perspectives of the Bundren family to tell the story, but one of the most important pieces of the story is Toll's perspective. Since this is the only outsider of the family who is a part in the journey, we can trust that his perspective truly shows how the Bundrens are in reality. In the river scene, all of the members of the family tell a piece of the story, but the most trustworthy story is Toll's. Since he is not a member of the family, the audience is able to see how insane and idiotic the Bundrens are compared to the ordinary man.
You ought to let them take your mule.
What good would that have done? If your team can't find the ford and haul it across, what good would 3 mules or even 10 mules do?
I ain't asking it of you. I can always do for me and mine. I ain't asking you to risk your mule. It ain't your dead. I am not blaming you.
Vardaman Bundren's point of view is one of the many perspectives conveyed in this novel, and his is one of the most important. While Vardaman's perspective does not necessarily show the reader the truth and the reality of what is happening, it does reveal one of the ways that an event could be happening and presents another story that other perspectives can be compared to in order to find the truth. Since Vardaman is a small child, he doesn't yet fully understand everything that is happening, so his perspective may be distorted by his misunderstanding of events or even by his imagination.
Vardaman!
Catch her, Darl!
You Vardaman!
Catch her, Darl!
Vardaman!
Head her into the bank, Darl!
Then he comes up out the water. He comes a long way up slow before his hands do, but he's got to have her, got to, so I can bear it. Then his hands come up and all of him above the water. I can't stop. I've not got time to try. I will try when I can, but his hands came empty out of the water, empty in the water, empty and away.
As I Lay Dying is a perfect example in portraying the significance of perspective. These three different events explain how traits like innocence, involvement, and knowledge all play an important role in interpreting events. Since not everyone has the same characteristics and traits, this can only result in the fact that there will always be two or more sides to a story. Also, the same event will not always be experienced the same way by everyone involved. This questions the validity of truth. Because this novel stresses how substantial the angle of perception can be to a situation and how multiple stories can be true to the same event, it can be concluded that there will always be more than one truth because of perspective.